opening action in the second quarter.
2nd down and 6.
As Lakeshore will be facing a 2nd down and 6 yards to go for a 1st down. Fakane gives the ball to Ducree, and Ducree really running hard here as he continues to drive all the way down to the 15-yard line. So Ducree has really been a tremendous ball carrier tonight for Lakeshore, as he just dragged some of the Belle Chasse defenders with him.
Ball to Cardinal, 16.
So can the Cardinal defense rise up and stop this offensive set by Lakeshore? Empty backfield, motion. It's number 5, and he's going to get the ball inside the 15-yard line. And that was Robbie Nicholas, 5'8", 165-pound wide receiver, who is a junior in classification.
Number 4, Randy Graff. Number 13, Robert Kennedy with the stop.
So the play picks up, just a yard, a long yard on the play. And Fakane gets ready to take the snap. And Fakane keeps it. And he's going to try and get around. And does get outside. And it looks like, yes, he did break the plane of design. So Lakeshore gets on the scoreboard. And that was a nice drive. Methodical drive by Lakeshore to come back and make the score 21-6. With 10:48 in the second quarter, as Lakeshore gets ready to kick the extra point. And of course tonight we're fortunate to be entertained by the Belle Chasse High School band, and Lakeshore has brought their band, and both bands appear to be ready and excited. The extra point is good, and so the score now is Belle Chasse 21 and Lakeshore 7. And we'll take a break from the action. And we're back in the second quarter. 10:48 on the clock as Lakeshore gets set to kick off. And Belle Chasse sends their special teams outfit on the field to return this kick. And the kick will sail all the way down to the goal line. So Ankelard won't have a chance to run it back. And I'm not sure if I like that rule, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to have seen Ankelard try and take that ball for over 100 yards. Kickoff is always an exciting play in any level of football, high school, college, or pro. And although it might be wise not to run it out of the end zone, it really adds to the excitement when they try. So Hicks and company returns to their offensive positions. The ball goes to Hicks, and he runs the read option. And he's going to get the ball all the way up to the 24-yard line. This read option is something that the New Orleans Saints will probably have to face against San Francisco this coming Sunday with Kaepernick at the controls. And I'll tell you what, this Hicks kid can run it probably just as good. And Sill breaks up the middle and gets forward progress all the way up to the 29-yard line. But there is a flag on the play on the far side. And it looks like it's going to go against Belle Chasse. And it's a false start against the Cardinals. We'll move the ball back.
5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
So Hicks is getting the play from Coach Harrison. And he's in an empty backfield set right now.
Second down and 10 for the Cardinals.
Let's see if they motion or if he stays in an empty backfield set. There's the motion. And there's a flag on the play. The ball was momentarily bobbled as it went up in the air. Hicks fortunate with his quick hands to make the recovery. But it looks like it's a holding call against Belle Chasse.
Holding against
And
the
so
Cardinals. That penalty is declined.
penalties declined with the loss of yardage that was already had taken place on the play.
Cardinals will play it 3rd and 20.
So with a 3rd and 20, the clock is running in the second quarter with 9:50. Hicks will be taking a snap from inside of his 5-yard line, his position in the backfield. And it looks like Lakeshore blitzes, and Hicks has got his man. The ball is intercepted. And so number 41, make that number 7, Eugene Anderson on the reception. 5'9", 160-pound defensive back, a sophomore. And he made a nice play as Hicks really aired that one out and unfortunately was picked off. So Lakeshore now has the ball at the 35-yard line. And let's see if the Titans go back to Dupree, who has been their workhorse tonight. Yes, there's Dupree. And Dupree puts his head down and barrels to probably the 31-yard line.
Tackle by number 9, Darius Franklin.
So Belle Chasse started off on fire in the first quarter, ran up 21 straight points. And then Lakeshore put together a methodical drive and got a touchdown. And then, of course, with this interception, and they have a chance to cut the lead of the Cardinals down to 7 if they can put this ball in the end zone. And there's the long pass. And there's a flag on the play. Or was that the ball that they were throwing in? And it looks like that was just some object that was coming in from the sidelines. No flag on the play.
Pass intended for number 82, Xavier Chapman, is incomplete.
So it looks like Lakeshore's got a big play here. But this is undoubtedly 2-down territory for them, and they get away from there. You know, they've gotten away from their game plan, put the ball up 2 straight passes. Getting away from Dupree, who had been their workhorse. And the Cardinals stopped the 2 deep passes. And so now Lakeshore will be facing a 4th down. And it looks to me like they're going to go for it.
4th down and 7 for the Titans.
This is a big play for Belle Chasse to stop to try and get back some of the momentum that they had earlier. And a pass is completed. And this Fakane kid for a second stringer is just, showed a great deal of poise on that play by pulling up and stopping and finding his receiver. And it's going to be a 1st down for Lakeshore. That's a big, big play for this Titan team. I have to tell you, in the first quarter, it looked like Belle Chasse was going to completely just dominate them in every phase of the game. And now they have a 1st down on the 22-yard line, and if they score here, we got a ball game on our hands. And they break. It looked like it came up with a great defensive play by number 16 and number 34. And that would be Zach DeCourt, number 34, and number 16. Looks like
minus 10 on the play.
Possibly Braden Usey. So that play loses yardage. And
Second down and 19.
That's going to be second down and 19 yards to go for Lakeshore. And they go back to Dupree, and Dupree finds his way power driving it all the way down
Number 42, David Dupree,
to the
third with the carry.
22-yard line. And I tell you what, this Dupree kid he's a load to stop. So with this situation coming up here, let's see if they decide to go with Dupree 2 times or if they go with the passing play.
Cardinal 22.
It's third down and 10. And he's looking for Dupree. Dupree ran a little angle route right past the line of scrimmage. And so now Lakeshore faces another fourth down situation.
Fourth down and 10 for the Titans.
6:59 in the second quarter. So the Cardinal fans are up on their feet and clapping, shouting encouragement to this Cardinal defense because they know how important it is to stop Lakeshore on this play. Kane drops back. The blitz is on. The pass is thrown. And, boy, it's going to be close. Depending on the mark.
32, Rex Shepard.
The official has gone over to check the spot. I mean, it is close. And they're going to have a timeout for the measurement here. And what a measurement this is going to be. I mean, the chain gang is right there, so it's got to be extremely close for the official to have to bring it out at that position. And you'll hear by the reaction of the Lakeshore Titans that they do pick up the first down as Kane connects on a nice out route, a deep out route. And, I mean, they just barely made it once again by inches. Nonetheless, Lakeshore has the ball at the 13-yard line of Belle Chasse. And I think Dupree is going to put his hands on this ball, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm mistaken as Kane fakes Dupree and keeps the ball to the 6-yard line. So you can see that the dilemma that the Belle Chasse defense has. I mean, this Dupree kid is quite a load. And, of course, anytime they use him as a decoy, that usually opens up another hole. And Kane, the quarterback, found that hole. But I still think they're going to go to Dupree. And there it is. And Dupree breaks in, cuts back. And, folks, Lakeshore is really picking up a lot of momentum here as they come back and make the score 21-13 on the power running of Dupree and the elusive ball handling of their quarterback, Nate Kane. And Kane is just a sophomore, and Dupree is just a junior. So this Lakeshore club has a lot of potential for next year. But right now they're worried about this year. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and we've got a ball game in the second quarter, 6:17 left. The score, Belle Chasse 21 and the Lakeshore Titans 14. And with that, we'll take a pause in the action. And here we go. 6:17 in the second quarter as Lakeshore has come back from a 21-0 deficit to make the score 21-14, and the kick is in the air, and Ankelard takes it at the 5, and of course Ankelard, the dangerous carrier for Belle Chasse, unfortunately slipped on the field. And the field is in good condition, but with the rains this afternoon, it is slick. The grass has been cut very, very close.
First and 10 Cardinals from their own 19.
And so as a result of that, Belle Chasse will put the ball in play right at the 19-yard line. And Belle Chasse, the offensive unit, needs to get back some of that momentum that they started off with in the first quarter. The wind has picked up here, blowing from the northeast. The flag is moving. And the read option, and this time Hicks is stopped. And it looks like he might have lost a yard or two on the play.
A loss
as the Titans are all fired up now.
Second down and 11 for the Cardinals.
That's what's so much fun about watching a high school football game. You know, the momentum swings back and forth. The kids get excited, and all of a sudden what looked like a porous defense for Lakeshore is now all fired up and made a nice play. But let's see if they can do it again, because this Belle Chasse offense is so capable of exploding at any minute from any position on the field. Ankelard in motion. Hicks has the ball, and they put some pressure on him. And Hicks lowers the boom. Oh, he lowered his shoulder.
Around the left side.
Now that's old-time football there. You didn't see a quarterback sliding. But it looks like that the flag in the position that it was dropped on the field is going to be a holding call. And I'll tell you what, Hicks lowered the boom on that cornerback from Lakeshore. This is a tough cookie, this Hicks kid. But unfortunately, with the penalty, Belle Chasse is going to be backed up.
Holding against the Cardinals. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul.
And so the Cardinals will put the ball in play inside the 5-yard line. So let's see what Coach Harrison dials up here. His Ankelard is moving around, and they have a man shadowing Ankelard wherever he's gone for the Titans. The ball is on a quick pass. The ball was batted up in the air and falls incomplete. So the clock is stopped. Second quarter, 4:58 left in the second quarter. And that's going to bring up a third down and a tough situation for this Cardinal offense, as the Cardinals need to desperately get out of this poor field position. So Hicks stands inside of his own goal line. He sprints out, and he's gone deep. He's got a man. And the ball was just overthrown. And there's a flag on the play, and it looks like an ineligible man was downfield for the Cardinals, so the play would have gone for naught anyway. And now that's going to bring up a fourth down. The penalty will be declined by the Titans, and they should come up with excellent field position, as the Belle Chasse punter, Duclouet, will be punting from deep in his own end zone.
Number 34, Zach Duclouet, punting for the Cardinals.
So here's the fourth down play. And Duclouet gets it away. And a fair catch.
Number 5, Robbie Nicholas.
Will put the ball in play at the 34-yard line of the Cardinals. And with 4:45, I'll tell you what, I don't think it takes an astute football fan to know that it looks to me like either Ducree or Farcane's going to carry this football. You can take your pick.
First and 10 for the Titans.
So Farcane checks over the defense for the Cardinals. He moves Ducree, puts a man in motion, and here comes Ducree. And this big boy Ducree runs tall, you know, with his running form, but he sure covers some ground. But when he gets in the middle of that line, he knows how to lower those shoulders. But right now, it's been Belle Chasse in the first quarter and all Lakeshore in the second quarter, as Lakeshore has the ball at the 22-yard line, and here comes Ducree again, and Ducree is powering his way all the way down to the 12-yard line. And so the Titans are hanging their hat on Ducree, and Ducree is lowering his hat, and he is power driving right now for positive yardage,
Timeout on the field for a minute.
as the officials will call a timeout for another measurement. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout. And we're back
Titans are playing second down and short.
as the Titans come up with a little bit short on the measurement, just less than probably a couple of inches, as they try and pick up this first down. And guess who's getting the ball? It's Dupree, but you know what? Belle was guessing who was going to get the ball, and they stopped him. The negative yardage on that play. And the Cardinal defense comes up big as Coach Stephen Mars dials the right combination and puts the blitz on. And so now what looked like almost a positive guaranteed first down. It brings up a 3rd down and 3 yards. So the crowd is stomping their feet, clapping their hands here at Belle Chase. 3:40 in the second quarter. As Dupree moves, they give the ball. Fakan keeps the ball, and they got him. And Coach Mars has come up with 2 outstanding defensive calls. And all of a sudden, the power driving unit from Lakeshore has gone backwards. And it looks like they're going to try a field goal. With 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And this will be looks like a 35-yard field goal that will be attempted. And that dog will not hunt. And Belle comes up big with 2:50 left in the second quarter as the defensive unit stands tall and stops Dupree and Fakan. And the Belle offensive unit hopefully will have new life as they come on the field and try to add on to their 7-point lead before halftime. Belle moving toward the river, going from the west to the east. And Hicks takes the snap, and he gives off to Silv. Silv gets a good yardage on the play as he gets up to the 24-yard line.
Number 46, Tyler Prestonbach with the tackle.
So we got a 2nd down coming up and a long 6. Hicks is back, and he's under pressure. He eludes pressure. And Belle has a first down with 2:17 left in the second quarter. And, of course, the Cardinals would desperately like to get on the scoreboard once more before halftime. They now have a first down, and Hicks is sprinting out. He's got a completion. And the official says that the receiver did not get out of bounds. Andrew Page made a nice completion, but it is a first down, so the clock will stop as they move the chains. And Belle put together 2 nice first downs here. They get the ball to Andrew Page again. Page has another first down. And the Cardinals are now right at the 44-yard line, making the 43-yard line of Titans. So the momentum has shifted back to the Cardinal side of the ball as they really moved the ball rapidly down the field. The clock is running at inside of 150 now. Hicks gets ready. He's sprinting out to the right side. And unfortunately, we're going to have possibly another holding call. The Cardinals have done a great job getting to the perimeter, but unfortunately, one of their players was evidently caught holding. So the official will mark off the yardage, which will put the ball back at the 45-yard line. Belle Chasse does have all of their timeouts left in the second quarter here. 1:34. And so the call is made. The official puts the ball back in play. The 25-second clock is running. And this time Hicks keeps the ball, and he's free. And Hicks makes a nice run to bring the ball back and get that penalty yardage back. And he's now inside the 45-yard line of Lakeshore. The clock continues to run. 1:10. Hicks gives the ball to Silv. Silv is close to the first down. And the key here is if the officials stop the clock to measure it, and it looks like they're not, it's going to be short. And the clock continues to run now as the clock is down 50 seconds on a 3rd and 1. And they give it to Ankelard, and Ankelard's got the first down. And with that, the clock will stop with 44 seconds left. So now the Cardinals get ready as the clock is running now, inside of 40 seconds. And Hicks fakes, throws a pass to Page, and Page will be knocked down. And unfortunately, there's another flag on the play. And it looked like there was some extracurricular activity going on as the receiver got the ball down to the 25-yard line. And they waved the flag off. So 33 seconds left, and Belle Chasse calls their timeout. And while Belle Chasse has a timeout, we'll take a timeout. And we're back to second quarter action. And what type of action can you ask for that would be better than this type of action? 33 seconds left in the first half. Hicks gets ready to throw, and he throws. It's going to be incomplete. It was a little bit behind the receiver, so the clock will stop. 30 seconds left. I think Belle Chasse should have maybe 2 timeouts left. They call their first timeout. So Belle Chasse getting the play in from the bench. The ball is on the 24-yard line. They have about 3 yards to go for a first down. But right now they're battling the clock as well as the Titan defense. Ankelard gets the ball. He's running a sweep play. And Ankelard battles his way all the way down to the 10-yard line. 22 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to be a first down, so the chains will move. Belle Chasse is getting ready. They cannot make a first down. They've got to get in the end zone as the clock continues to run. Here comes Ankelard. There goes Ankelard. And there goes the scoreboard as Ankelard, Terran Ankelard, breaks the goal line and gives the Belle Chasse Cardinals a 2-touchdown cushion going into the halftime. And Peyton Cooper is ready for the extra point. And the snap is there, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And Belle Chasse comes back to take a 28-14 lead with 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Well, Belle Chasse lines up to kick off, and let's see if Belle Chasse goes deep with this kickoff or if they just squib it with 11 seconds left and try and run that clock. And it's going to be a squib kick, and the ball is bobbled. 84 picks it up for Lakeshore, and he runs to the sidelines. And we've got a Tackle by Robert Kennedy with 3 seconds left.
Good to return.
So the score is Belle Chasse 28, Lakeshore 14. There's 3 seconds left on the clock before halftime. And this has been an exciting first round playoff game for the fans here tonight at Belle Chasse Field. Nice football temperature. Cheerleaders are enjoying the action. The bands have really played some nice songs. And so the crowd is all fired up. And this undoubtedly will be or should be the last play of the game. And Belle Chasse will call a timeout here with 3 seconds left. And we return to action with 3 seconds left, which should undoubtedly be the last play of the first half, unless there's a penalty on the play. As Nate Fakane puts a man in motion, and they give the ball to Ducree, and Ducree has the ball, and he's carrying it all the way down
Number 42, David Dupree.
inside the 40-yard line, and that will be the end of the first half. An exciting action from Belle Chasse Field as Belle Chasse leaves the field with a 28-14 lead over the Lakeshore Titans.